So that was pretty good. I got another 135. So I'm like just stacking 135s, preparing for my Wave of Light Monk, as well as any really, really good high quality uh for my Demon Hunter when it actually begins, right? So for example, like I didn't augment initially my um shadow chest, right? So once I got a primal shadow chest, it straight away the first augment is 135. So that was how I left it. And that is what I would put 135 on if it was really, really freaking good, right? So I'm, you know, setting up 135s for the monk, basically, uh, and any Demon Hunter things. So, for example, even my God DH gloves that I got like several days ago, I put a 135 on it as well because it's excellent. I mean, it's not a quad, but I love the lightning res. It's the area damage version, you know, and it has the cool looking stun on it. I mean, it's not the best, you know, crowd control thing on there, but it just looks cool. So, but eventually, I already prepared stuff ready to switch my setup on my God DH when I need to. I'll have more damage. Right now, I'm just playing elusive ring like I always do, and then I slowly transition out of it, and I'll have even more damage. So I always go from defensive to mid range, and then to actually offensive when I need it, so that I know the feeling, right? That is how I usually play. Like I progressively work up the damage, so then I know what and how I need to play. Whereas a lot of times, you know, yes, it's always nice to have that damage already initially, but then if you keep playing with that same damage, right? Then you feel like you need more paragons than you would normally want. And then when you are fully augmented and everything, you're like trying to struggle and find damage. You just can't find where the damage is because, you're already like, you assumed your damage is there. So you're like, what can I do differently? Well, the only other thing that you can do differently in those situations where you feel like you're capped out before you're even actually capped out. So for some people, right, when they push, they're not necessarily a push kind of player already, right? Let's just say, as an example. And so what can they do differently? Well, they can do the pylon management differently. But then outside of that, they already assumed their damage from before, so they don't adjust their play as though they didn't have that damage. So for me, when I push my God DH, I use Elusive Ring first, and then if I need the damage for sure, then I change to COE. And then, because this season I actually didn't get an Elemental Trifecta amulet yet, so I already just yesterday, actually last night, I yesterday evening, I actually prepared some Squirt's Necklace Sanctification. uh, I'm going to be switching to that when I need it. So not only do I have a sanctified Squirt's Necklace ready for upgrade in damage, elemental damage, I also have COE waiting to be used to push. So once I struggle, when I do struggle, which is very soon, because I'm already like around 125. It's around 126 where I would struggle, and I think I might even struggle 125 because I normally by 125 I have an elemental damage amulet, but since I already prepared it, I'm pretty sure I can easily get the 125 done. And then after the 125, I will switch to COE, and then I can get the 126 onwards done as well. So I'm already like preparing all the transitions, and I'm not even fully augmented on the God DH either. So I have room. I still have room. I have like one, two, three, four augments. I still have four missing augments as well. So like I have like, you know, basically, four augments and the amulet and the COE to go. So, you know, that is the style that shows how much damage I'm putting out. And that's how I usually uh work my way. And then I find myself struggling and I ask myself, how do I improve then, right? So the only other thing left to do is warm myself up with all these 134 and stuff. And so to prepare myself for the 138 to play better. But like yeah, I have plenty of plenty of changes that I can do.